Once upon a time, in a deep, green forest, filled with chirping birds, rustling leaves, and morning dew, lived a tiny little sparrow named Chinni. Chinni was not just any sparrow, she was hardworking, smart, and full of life. Every morning, just as the first rays of sunlight kissed the treetops, Chinni would spread her little wings and soar across the forest sky. She wasn't flying just for fun. No, she was gathering food, one little grain at a time. She was preparing for the cold winter. Other birds played and rested, but Chinni, she worked, carefully collecting and saving each grain with love and care. One day, as she returned with a shiny golden grain in her beak, a strong gust of wind came from nowhere. Whoosh! The grain slipped and tumbled down, right into the hollow of a tall, proud peepal tree. Chinny fluttered down and peered into the dark hole. Her grain was gone, swallowed by the tree's trunk. She spoke gently, "Dear tree, that grain is mine. I worked hard to collect it. Please return it." But the tree laughed, a deep, proud laugh. "Ha, you, a tiny sparrow. I am a grand old tree. Your little grain is now mine." Chinny felt hurt, but she didn't give up. She flew to an old woodcutter nearby, a kind man with a long beard, who cut wood for a living. "Dear sir," Chinny said, "please help me. That tree took my grain and refuses to return it." The woodcutter looked at her and replied softly, "Child, I don't cut trees without a reason. Every tree has a place in the forest." Now, Chinny could have given up, but she was brave. She flew across the forest, telling her story to every creature she met. The gentle deer, the dancing peacock, the playful monkey, the fluttering butterflies all listened. All felt her pain. Together, they said, "This is not right." Soon, the forest echoed with support. "The tree must return the sparrow's grain." They all went to the woodcutter and spoke in one voice. "The forest stands for justice. The sparrow must get her grain back." The woodcutter nodded. "If the tree refuses now, I will have to cut it down." The tree, hearing this, saw the unity of the forest. It felt its pride breaking, like a dry branch snapping. With a heavy voice, the tree said, "I am sorry. I was wrong. Little sparrow, take a grain, and forgive me." Chinny smiled, picked up her precious grain, and turned to everyone. "Thank you, my friends. You stood by me when I had no strength. I will never forget it." And from that day on, no one ever dared take what wasn't theirs. Because even the smallest voice, when it stands for truth, is never alone. Moral: speak the truth, even if your voice is small. When your heart is right, others will stand with you. Not with anger but with courage and kindness.